Hi guys, so the Andrew Tate video is gonna come out today and I'm really looking forward to seeing that. But today I'm gonna teach you something which will completely blow your mind if you really understand it, especially for the manosphere, but also interesting for women. If you truly understand it, it will open your eyes. And it's not easy to comprehend. A lot of people will be very judgmental before understanding it. Okay? So, to start off, I have the talent to see things that other people don't see. So just go with the belief and assumption I'm seeing something that you are right now not seeing. And I'm going to try to explain to you a couple of concepts and things that you are not seeing, which if you start to see or yeah, then you will see how it all fits together. I have the ability to feel chakras, blockages, and stuff in energy channels and stuff in the body. Okay, I'm an energy healer. I healed a bunch of people. So, for example, just a short example, there's a woman with 25 years of back pain. No doctor could help her. Nothing. 2 days of sessions with me, the pain was completely gone. But that's just on the side. Okay, so listen to this. Women are inherently only attracted to women for a certain thing, and that certain thing is the ability to acquire and move around resources. Okay? When I mean resources, I don't mean just money. I mean the ability to acquire something, to take it, and the ability then to give it to the woman. So, for example, let's say you have a new infant, okay, and she needs diapers, okay. Can you get the diapers if you have zero income, zero nothing, zero 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 zero? You cannot get the diapers. But it's not just that you cannot get the diapers. Maybe you're mentally so challenged that you can't go even in the store and buy them. And when you understand that attractiveness is the ability to acquire physically also resources and give it to the woman, okay, then you will understand what your attractiveness level is. But why is it, for example, that Sims have no why is it, for example, that Sims do not get sex? Because Sims only show that they have ability to acquire money and give the money, and it's not just about the money. So the for example, if you're good looking, you have more ability to move around resources because you can manipulate people much easier. If you're tall, you can move about resources much better. If you're muscular, you can move about resources much better. And if you put everything together, she cannot resist to find you attractive. And this is if you have all of the resource movements that are possible, that signaling of resource movement, the ability to resource move. If you can signal that, then she will find you inherently attractive. She cannot not find you attractive. It's just like a woman that's passing you by and has a nice ass and nice tits and just looks very beautiful, and you're like, ooh. That's the same thing for women. But here it's about the ability to move resources. It's very, very interesting once you comprehend it on a deep level. Now, the ability to move resources and the manifesting of that comes from the solar plexus, from a strong solar plexus. Okay? And a lot of men have an okay solar plexus, but not really in that way that they can, that it signals a huge strength. And this male masculine energy which activates the solar plexus comes from the right testicle. It's the Pingala energy in the yoga system, comes from, and goes into the solar plexus. And once you understand to harvest that, then you can signal a strong solar plexus, but also, which is also self-confidence, manifesting, willpower, all of this stuff, acceptance, letting go, control. That is the healthy male masculine energy. And that works quite well for the Tates in some ways, but not always. And the reason why it doesn't work well for all ways, because there are many aspects of the ability to move around resources which the Tates are not aware of or they don't care for, and therefore they focus on the wrong women, or they attract the wrong women, or not the full ability, like the healthy woman kind of. To have the maximum ability of attractiveness, of course, you need to work out. That's the part of the manifesting. The good thing about working out is that it's a form of manifestation which is very directly controllable for you. I can do right now, I can get something and train, okay? And I don't need tens of other things. But it also shows, like when you're working out, also shows you have money for protein, you're eating healthy, you acquire the food. It shows the moving around of resources. So it's an absolute must, by the way, if you want to have this round kind of image of the resource mover. But where the Tates falter is the social aspect. They're flamboyant in their way, but they're not projecting an image which is very inviting to a larger, nice social circle. Okay, the Tates are not someone you want to invite to meet your friends, and that's what's keeping them from really high quality women. And this is the problem they really have. They attract very low quality women who do only care about the money, because that's what they're signaling, which is okay, but they could be signaling much more, and they've chosen a very limited set of attractiveness basically in that way. Once you understand that, then you can focus your entire being on signaling that you can move around resources on all levels, not just, money. Being strong, okay, that they got. Money, that they got. Social acceptance, that they don't have, you can have that. The way they dress, horrible, absolutely horrible. You can't just put a suit on and expect that you're gonna be perceived differently. You literally have to, the way you act, everything has to be on a higher level. Then the next thing is eloquence in speech also, of course. Then what you signal in terms of like overtly signaling money is actually a faux pas in a certain sense. So for example, in France you don't do that at all, or very few people do that here. It's just not part of the social construct. So while you might have a nice car, you don't go around bragging. And the reason why you shouldn't do that is because there's so much more to life than money. There's so much more to life than money, and if you only signal money, then you are signaling that you are not aware of these other things. And so you want to signal that you have it, but not in an overt way, not in a flamboyant way like they are doing. It's just very bad taste. So and it just brings you also only enemies. So what you want to have is this kind of like a round image of the resource mover, the resource acquirer and resource mover, but with a kind of like in a kind of understatement, in a way that you have a nice body, you dress extremely well, maybe a little bit of jewelry if you want on your glasses, whatever, something just a little bit tiny if you want, nothing big. And you want the women to smell that, okay? That you want the women to smell that, but you don't want to be only showing being only a resource mover only in a certain area and overselling that. You know what I mean? So you want to have this round image, and that's going to make you attractive to pretty much every woman, or not just certain women. And then you can really choose, and that's something that the Tates don't have. They can't really choose. Look at the women that go to their parties. They can't choose. They choose from a certain set. I mean, they have maybe 100 women that are disgusting gold diggers, okay, that give them problems, obviously, but they don't have the kind of like high class, you know, woman that is like, I want to, you know, settle down, have a family with them, whatever. And a lot of women that are just a little bit that are in this lower class, and they're trying to play in the upper class just by their looks, even those bail out with the Tates, because they're like, I don't want that. Like, once they know the Tates, they're like, I don't want that. And you know, it's very interesting because you can sense that when you have the when you have the of the interview that's coming out, when you look at the people that are coming there, just try to feel and look like they're not very comfortable there. The Tates try to make them look they try to make them comfortable, but if you really look how they act in the, what is it called, the behind the scenes video, kind of in the short behind the scenes video, you don't see them being very comfortable there. And it's because the Tates are very, there is this form of narcissism. I'm important, you are not. They try to be super polite, but you kind of feel the subcontext, and that's really what's missing. And now imagine in contrast, okay? I just want you to imagine in contrast. There is a successful entrepreneur, very well trained, very nicely everything here, very well done, eloquent, speaks several languages. You know, the Tate comes out and is like, if they don't speak English, blah blah blah, they suck. You know, it's typical this arrogant Anglo-Saxon, you know, attitude. I don't know. So if you speak several languages, imagine this guy speaks several languages, he's very well trained, has a top suit on, or is very well dressed, is kind of a little bit laid back because he knows where he's at, and he just arrives to somewhere and with his, I don't know, Porsche Cayenne, whatever, and it's just like, and he's kind of nice, okay, and he's eloquent. He's gonna be able to pull pretty much any woman, and not only a certain set of women. And that's what I want to show you, that this ability to move around resources can be extended to all of your ways of being, and not just certain things like money. And the wrong idea is that money fixes all of your problems, and the more you have, the more problems it fixes. No, that's not how it works. If you earn, let's say, more than 10 or 20,000 a month, okay, you can pretty much do anything you want. Okay, unless you're working for someone, but let's say you're working for yourself. If you earn more than 10 or 20,000 a month, you can pretty much do anything you want. You probably can't buy the yacht, but who needs a yacht? You can charter it, you know, for a while, and you don't even need that big of a yacht. It's like, women are not interested really in that. Only a certain set of women, which are low quality women. So so a lot of men make the mistake, instead of a spiritual evolution on all levels, they want to kind of stay at the same level they're at, but be like the Tates, and that's not a good option in my view. It's interesting in the sense like, okay, I want to get more pussy, okay, then you have probably more options if you are like the Tate than you're probably right now. But if you want to really feel good in yourself, you have to integrate this idea of the resource mover into all aspects of your life. That's what I want to share with you. And unfortunately, I'm 44, and I just learned this a couple months ago, maybe a month ago, not even a month ago actually, on a very deep level. And it will take some time to integrate this into my life. And but if you're 20, you have the ability, to go really fully into that and learn to be the resource mover, and learn to change your life into the resource mover, and you will see you will be tremendously attractive. And don't think about anything else. If you think about attraction, think about resource mover. Don't think about anything else. What signals that I'm a resource mover? And the more you can project that, the more you're going to be attractive. And maybe also think about from 0 to 10, how much are you right now? Like if I look at most men, they're between 0 and 3 or 0 and 4. A lot of men are at 0 or 1 or 2. And when I say resource mover, again, it's not just about the money. So you're not talking about, oh, I need to move around millions, That's not it. It's the ability to take care of things. It's a little bit like Jordan Peterson says in a lot of ways. So I wanted to share that with you, and because I find the idea of understanding this on a deep level very interesting. Then the other thing is about the intelligence. I mean, moving to Romania is one of the dumbest things you could ever do, and it shows why in a lot of ways. And there's so many great and beautiful countries. Romania is probably the worst place to be in, like Bulgaria, Romania. Why would you do that? It just signals low status. I mean, which woman wants to move to Romania? Come on.